Hey there, welcome to the Funny Farm. Look, I got mail. This is the garden bed that I got from Chevelle's Happy Garden at Peace in My Garden for her giveaway. This little bed came with 3 ways you could set it up. 4 by 2 by 1, 5 by 1 by 1, or 3 by 3 by 1. Going just on square feet, I decided to do 3 by 3 to give myself the most growing room, because I figured the 5 by 1 is 5 square feet, 4 by 2 is 8, and the 3 by 3 gives me 9 square feet of growing space. So that's what she looks like set up. She's very cute. It's drizzling right now. I hope it stops because I want to fill her up and plant her. I think she is going to be a pepper bed. One of the coolest things about this bed is that it showed up on my birthday, so this was like an extra birthday surprise. My husband also gave me a gift card to Home Depot, so I added a couple whiskey barrels too. So this is a new little area where we've got her next to the other raised beds. I've got her chipped around. I'm gonna try an experiment. Instead of putting cardboard in the bottom of her, I had some really thin, untreated sheets of wood. I'm gonna lay those in the bottom and see how those do on suppressing weeds. When I started each one of these raised beds, I start them as a hugelkultur. So I start with a layer of rotted wood in the bottom. We live in the woods, so we have more trees fall down than we could possibly ever burn. So this is some wood that started to go punky and mossy and rotted, and it'll help retain some good moisture in the bottom of this bed. I'm also going to start off the bottom of these tubs with a little bit of logs in them too. If I was going to do potatoes or sweet potatoes, I wouldn't, but I'm going to put, I think, eggplants and peppers in here. So we're going to go ahead and give them a log in the bottom. Then we're going to top off with some of our homemade compost and a little bit of raised bed soil. The soil I'm adding in is an organic raised bed mix. Okay, got her all filled up and planted. Got bell peppers in this one, some eggplant in here, some snacking peppers in here. These peppers that we planted are the ones that were attacked by aphids. They seem to be getting new growth in the center. I think they're gonna make it, but I did give them another spray off before I put them in the ground. I'm gonna do a quick walkthrough and show you what the rest of the beds are looking like. This is a bed of dark red Norlands. This is the second bed of dark red Norlands. This is what our single giant seed potato pots are looking like. They are definitely the biggest potatoes, those 3. And these 3 right here. The 2 on the end are Yukon Gold. Got Pink Lady on one side and Red Thumb or Red Finger, I can't remember, on the other side of this bed, both fingerlings. In the bean bed, I've got yellow Yukon Golds on one side and Pinto Golds on the other. In the whiskey barrels are russet on that side, Adirondack White on that side, and then in the 2 green pots, I just planted some Russian banana fingerlings that I found in the back of my car when I was unloading soil that I completely forgot I bought. Cabbage bed with volunteer potatoes in it. There's one bed of the garlic. Here's the second bed of garlic. You see some of these stems are getting super thick. The orange cauliflower is starting to take off, get a little bigger. The white cauliflower is getting really big. You can see by my hand. No heads yet. Here's what the Brussels sprouts are looking like. My hand for comparison, they're getting big. The broccoli is still taking its dear sweet time. The broccoli, for some reason, is not keeping up this year. And man, I need to weed this bed. The strawberries I put in, I still need to mulch these. Looks like a couple of them didn't survive, but a couple of them I accidentally broke when I was pulling them out of the pot. Got lettuce and the rest of the radishes in this bed. When this bed is done, I will be putting corn in here. You can see last year's lettuce that survived the winter. She's going to seed like crazy, and she is almost as tall as me right now. Little tomato basket. bed one of the peas, and here's the second bed of peas and the third bed of peas. I actually shoved one of my garden chairs and my garden table up behind these peas because they were getting so tall that they wanted to fall over. Still no deer attacks. And the teeny tiny seed potato challenge in the kiddie pool here. We planted the tiniest potatoes we could find. And here's what we have carrots looking like. This is the pot that came with the best. I probably should thin her. This bed right here is mostly collard greens and some weeds. Probably gonna harvest whatever's in here within the next couple of days because I want to put some cherry tomatoes in this bed. Chipmunks keep relocating these onions and digging them up for me. There's another pot of carrots. And I brought my little Dixie hybrid yellow squash out here the other day and put a couple of them in 12-inch pots. And the chipmunk keeps digging the pots out sideways. So I've got tulle over these for now. Also put some more Adirondack white potatoes in here and found one of those immediately laying outside the pot on the ground. So tulle it is on this for a little bit. I'm thinking that if I'm smart, I should probably just go over these new peppers and stuff I just newly planted and just throw tulle over them for a couple days because I think the squirrels watch me, and every time I plant something new, they want to come check it out and see what's in there. Yeah, just to be on the safe side, I went ahead and made them a tent to keep those chipmunks out. My peppers, I planted them pretty close together, but I always feel like peppers do better with friends. So when I plant them in ground, I plant them in pairs, side by side, and then a gap, and then two more together, and then a gap. But when I put them in a raised bed, I put them pretty close together. They will expand out the sides for room. I feel like they fall over less when they're rubbing roots and elbows in the bed. They stand up better, less staking. This bed here, I got a roll of celery in the back, Swiss chard, multicolored up the middle, and then a few cabbages in the front. I did have to come through already and replant some of these because the chipmunk dug them out. My best friend lives in town, and they laugh at the lady across the street that has garden beds chasing the squirrel around with her broom or mop or whatever it is. I totally get that woman's pain. Also did find some of the potatoes I put in this whiskey barrel the next day laying on the ground or on the top of the soil. So yeah, chipmunks are just jerks. Here's what the lettuce pot I planted is looking like. Not only is she going to give us some good salad, but she almost looks like a beautiful floral bouquet up here with the different colors and shapes. Polish chickens all got their hair wet drinking. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.